Well, back to the old drawing board.
G'day fellow moto vloggers, subscribers, YouTubers, and whoever else wants to listen. Found it Nev on Ruby, going home again. Just want to thank Keith for his little shout out. That was quite a pleasant surprise. Keith from the Buckeye Boys. A little update from my vlog last night about my solar panel issues. The company that I rang about a week ago or whatever it was, that put me onto the mobile phone, and the mobile phone said no, they're not answering any calls at the moment. Well, I rang them last night about, what was it, about 5:15, and I asked them a couple of questions. They answered the phone, and I told them my my dilemma that I'm having, and it's quite a nice chap on the phone. He said, look, we don't sell any inverters that are cheap and nasty. We will not go down that road. And I thought, well, that's fair enough. He said, you're not the only one in this boat. There's other people in the same boat, even with different companies, that aren't here anymore. And they've got warranty issues, and they can't resolve them. So he said, what have you got? And I told him, and he said, well, our inverters are around about the $1,200 mark, $1,250. And I said, well, is that fitted? And he said, yes. And I said, well, that's a little bit above what I can really afford. He said, look, I'll tell you what I'll do for you. I'll ring someone up, probably a supplier or whatever, and I'll get back to you within an hour. And I said, yep, okay, no problem. About 15-20 minutes later, he rung back, and he said, look, what I can do for you is I can do an inverter, 2 kilowatt inverter, for $1,000. I said, is that fitted? He said, yes. He said, they're not that hard to fit, but you've got to be qualified to fit them. I said, yep, fair enough. He said, if you do decide to go ahead with it, what we've got to do, we've got to make sure that it is your inverter first, before anything else. I said, yes, I understand that. Oh, he asked me where I lived, and I said, well, I live at such and such. He said, well, my offside is just beside me here, and he doesn't live far away from you. He can call in about an hour's time to see you, if you like. And I said, yeah, no worries. He said, are you home? I said, yep, I'm home. Okay then, he'll call in on the way home. He knows basically your area. Anyway, cut a longer story short, I'm babbling on a bit. Yes, he did. He called in. He checked to see if the solar panels were still working. Yes, they're still working. Checked the inverter. Nope, definitely the problem. The inverter is the problem. So he seemed like a nice chap. So I decided right there and then that I'd had enough of this other company, and I said to him, okay, if you could supply the inverter for $1,000 fitted, I'll order it and place my order right now. He said, yep, no worries, I'll do that in the morning. And I said, oh, basically when do you think it can be fitted? He said, about next Wednesday, I reckon. by the time we get the inverter in. And I thought, well, that's alright. It's only a few days away. So that's what's happening. I'm getting the new inverter, a better quality one than I've got now, and hopefully it'll be fitted next week, and I should be up and running. Now, my old inverter, what I plan to do with my old inverter, okay, that'll sit there. I'm not going to bother with ringing this company up, wasting my money all the time to hear them waffle on with all the excuses in the world. And if it happens, it happens. If they ring me up and say, yep, we got your new inverter here, we're coming out to install it, I'm not going to say a damn thing. I'm going to wait till I come with the inverter, and I'm going to tell the bloke, here's the old one, give me the new one, now go away. I don't want to deal with anyone with this particular inverter anymore. And he'll say, well, I'm supposed to install it. And you probably have, you have to sign that I've installed it. I said, yep, I'll do that for you, no worries. I'll say, I'll sign it, but I don't want you to install it over the top of this one. This one's a better one. So that's what I plan to do, folks. A friend of mine said, no, don't take the new one and don't sign anything for make them wait for 6 weeks for your signature. And I thought, nah, I better not do that. I said, I probably won't leave it there if that's the case. But anyway, if there's anything I've got a sign to say that it's been installed, I will. I don't mind. And I'll have a new one sitting there. So that's the story of the saga of the solar panel business that I'm having, the inverter. And I'll keep you all up to date with it when it all happens. And this particular inverter is a better quality inverter. I believe it comes from Italy, and you can actually add to it too. I said to him, well, you can't really add to it because they got to be facing the same way. The solar panels. He said, no, not with this one. We just connect it into the second port. I said, oh, all right, fair enough. There's another port there. That's cool. So we'll see what happens. I don't really want to lose my feed-in tariff because I did this a couple of years ago where the feed-in tariff is fairly good. So anyway, I'm nearly home. Waffling on about my solar system. So I bit the bullet, decided to get another inverter myself instead of waiting around for these other, well, I won't say it, people to pull their finger out. So Bandit Nev, on Ruby, bidding you farewell. Until next vlog, ride safe. Cheers for now.